Hi guys, it's Brandon with the Filmmakers Hangout Podcast. Welcome back, or just welcome if this is your first watching. Okay. I'm your host, and this is my co-host.
I'm Landon. Good morning. It's like 3 p.m.
Kind of, yeah. And then today, on this episode, we have an awesome guest. Probably the best guest we could ever have. Not talking down to any of our guests.
I am. It's Christian Velez, everybody.
Christian, introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, I'm Christian J. Velez. I'm an Omaha actor. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the kind words, man. I did not expect that.
It was smoke. I'm kidding. But anyhow, where should we start with you, man? You're like everywhere, aren't you? Like, I could like literally just come up with a topic and be like, yeah, you're probably part of that somewhere. Star Wars.
Star Wars, man, I wish.
No?
Not yet,
Okay.
not yet.
Damn.
Disney hasn't called yet. Hopefully soon.
I tried.
One day.
Manifest.
Mandalorian, season 4. He's there.
That's man. I want to get to work with Pedro Pascal, so that would be sweet.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Baby Yoda transforms, and it's Velez in a jacket.
No, right? I am his, the one who will
He
replace him.
puts a helmet on, it doesn't get past his jaw.
Big ass head.
We find out this is how the Stormtrooper's head helmet was molded. That's why it's shaped the way it is. It's because of his jaw line.
Those are iconic helmets.
Yeah. Hey. That's the one thing I always didn't understand about that. Okay, is do Stormtroopers recognize each other?
I don't know. See, I haven't watched Star Wars enough to really get that kind of thought going, but from what I remember from The Force Awakens, kind of that's the first time you see a stormtrooper without a helmet.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh yeah, they're actually people, and you kind of start learning about their stuff. But I don't know. I feel like the longer they are in the suit, and the longer they serve the bad people. I'm really bad at Star Wars terminology. I feel like eventually they'll stop forgetting who they are, because I don't think they really go back and just take the helmets off unless you like
right
or
because they gotta sleep at some point.
I don't know.
Or not.
You would
They might
think
sleep with
it's
the suit.
space
I don't know.
rules, man. I don't know.
It leaves a lot of room for imagination. You never know.
True.
Mm-hmm. But could you imagine just wearing the helmet, walking down the Death Star, and hey Ted,
It's like, oh, hi Peter, how's it going?
And even if they do take their uniforms off, they'll look the same. So do you like get them confused? Do they like write names on everybody's helmets and whatnot in the inside?
It's like football pads.
Yeah, like do they
Are
have
you so
different
down for dinner
sizes?
tonight?
You got my jockstrap.
Dude, this helmet doesn't fit me. Dude, it's a 2XL. It's not gonna fit you. That fits Ted over there, dude.
That was for Ted, not for you. What are you doing?
Exactly.
We're so mean to Ted. Poor guy.
What did Ted ever do? Come on.
He was part of Death Star 1 plans. He's gone.
he led the Republican. Yeah.
But anyhow, let's get back off
Get
of
back
Star
to-
Wars.
Yeah.
On to Christian. Now, Christian, you are an actor. We've had a lot of actors on the show. What is some of your favorite characters you've been able to portray so far?
I've been able to portray. That's a good question. First one that comes to mind for sure is Chris Bravo in Snack Shack. Is one of the best experiences I've had on a set since I've started doing this. It was what at the moment and now I have been kind of aspiring to and working towards, and getting a chance to be on a set like that was just, it still feels surreal. Just kind of still watching my show on Amazon and just seeing Snack Shack pop. I was like, I'm in that movie.
Right.
It's like it still feels wild. So that's definitely on the top of the list. But I recently got done doing The Farm early this year, which we had a fantastic screening at the Flatwater Film Festival. That was a really intense character to really get to play. A lot of story, a lot of just baggage that really came with just playing somebody like that. And that's definitely somebody that what's a challenge for me in a way to like really, you know, portray it in a way that, you know, affected people and people kind of not related to, but at least kind of felt what he was really going through and you know, to the point, and from the feedback I got, and you know, after people saw the movie, I guess it worked out. So that made me, you know, happy, and you know, that's one of the kind of the biggest, in a way, characters that I played, and that's definitely something I'm proud of.
If that's the case, other than working with Pedro on Star Wars or a Last of Us project or something like that, or maybe, you know, you go to Marvel and you know, he's in Fantastic Four now, so maybe
that would be sweet.
You know, we have your new Silver Surfer, everyone.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it.
But what would be your, like, just awesome? They called. There's no needing to negotiate anything. It's like an instant yes, because the role is the role that you've been dreaming of. What is that role? And it doesn't have to be a specific character. It can be a character type of some sort.
I was going to say, because he's been campaigning on social media to be Kyle Rayner.
Kyle Rayner.
I fully support that, by the way.
That would be sweet. You know, I am going to go on record now. Yes, I would love to play Kyle Rayner.
James Gunn, get him on the phone.
Right. It's got to be, honestly, I'm a comic book nerd. I love comic books. I grew up watching, you know, all of the Marvel movies, DC movies. I am still catching up to the MCU as we speak. You know, I
think they are too. So
every single
it's okay.
So yeah, it would have to be something of that level, some sort of, you know, DC or Marvel character that, you know, I would be honored to get the chance to play. You know, as in a franchise level type thing, especially.
10 years down the road.
Yeah.
Well, hey, they're introducing the new casting of Superman. The new Superman is not Christian Velez. Damn.
It would. I would prefer.
Lex Luthor.
No. It's just like I would rather it be some sort of kind of Hispanic character,
right?
That I can get to represent. Like Kyle Rayner, he has some sort of you know. Latino background to him. I know Nova in Marvel's got some sort of Latino background to him. So a character like that doesn't have to be any of the mainstreams, because I don't want to play Superman. You know, I don't really
it's a lot
feel.
Of pressure.
One, it would be a lot of pressure, but I don't feel like I could be Superman. You know, it's not the Superman. I am not the Superman that I grew up with. You know, it doesn't mean that I couldn't. You know, but it's just not.
There's a whole bunch of different Supermen.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You want to be you want to play something that like you can personally relate to, but also some little kid out there can also relate to and look up to.
Yeah. So you know, Blue Beetle was a big one too, which we had the movie. You know, that's one I was really excited about when I first heard the announcement. There's so many logistics that go into that, but you know, I got excited. I reached out to my agent, you know, at the time, and I was like, "Hey, this is coming out. Like, what can we do? How can we make this work?" And didn't really go anywhere, of course, but you know.
But it could have.
Yeah, it could have, you know, and that's what I did. You know, all I can do is just try, but you know, just something like that can, you know, represent a lot of other, you know, Hispanic just kids everywhere that are either trying to, you know, make it into the industry or just trying to do anything in general that they just need some sort of push. Like that's something I would like to do, you know. So, but yeah, definitely something in the superhero kind of platform, I guess.
Now, didn't I see that you're really trying to put out there in the ether to get these jobs as much as possible? So you have that one, but you also really want to be in a baseball movie.
I do. I would love to. That was more something just to throw out there. I recently got into baseball like a lot, and I've been following baseball all last year, all this year. I'm like really into the postseason right now. I don't know who's gonna win, but hopefully.
God, I hope the
my Dodgers. I don't know.
The Dodgers?
Ew. I know. It's
Come on,
it's
man.
it's a sensitive topic.
And it's probably over by the time this episode's out. So
Probably.
Who won?
I know. We'll see.
Put it in the comments. Give.
As long as it's not the Yankees, I'm happy.
No. I'm an Shohei Ohtani fan, so by default, I kind of
That's
followed
fair.
the Dodgers.
That's fair.
That's kind of what got me into it. So I was an Angel fan when he was with the Angels, but he went with the Dodgers. He's gonna be with them for 10 years. So they're slowly becoming my team.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I would say my two teams, although it's kind of conflicting, is probably the Angels and Dodgers. You know, because I know Angels are the underdogs. I want them to win eventually. They were kind of my first team getting into the MLB, kind of.
Right.
But definitely watching a lot of Dodger games because of Otani. But anyway, I did get into baseball a lot, and yeah, I've been watching a lot of baseball movies. I kind of rewatched Sandlot again, and I watched Moneyball for the first time either earlier this year or last year, and just kind of slowly getting to watch a lot of those baseball movies.
Pitch the sequel to Sandlot, the career,
the good sequel, right? Because isn't there like a sequel that nobody really cares
the
about?
career of the professional career of Benny the Jet.
That's true.
True.
That would be a great one.
Could be Benny the Jet, dude.
I could be Benny the Jet, and it fits right in. You know?
Yeah.
That would be a good one.
Because he's still within the, you know, the ethnicity that you kind of want, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
somebody out there write that.
Call the executives, all of them.
Man, but yeah, that's something really that'd be really fun to do, like some sort of like comedy, baseball, or like some sort of drama, like Moneyball was, or something like that. I just want to be able to get to play baseball, which I love to sport,
right,
and just kind of do it while acting.
So, have you seen Banana Ball yet?
The Sabina Bananas, like those ones? I've seen a lot of videos. They're fun to watch. I haven't seen like a game.
Amazing.
I haven't seen a game, but I've seen a lot. I follow them on social media.
It's still baseball enough.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But they add a little flair into there that it's more entertaining.
Yeah.
But as a business,
that's a great idea.
Genius.
It's like the Globetrotters, but for baseball.
Like,
that's kind of
I want one here. I want a local team here.
That would be
so bad.
I would sign up to play for that.
I would go work for them in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of the stuff they do, and it's so much fun. Like I sometimes think about like, man, it'd be really fun to just go and play a game and just, you know, I'm not a great baseball
and still
player
get paid to do it.
Well, yeah,
which that's what I found fun about that too, is they're still able to be signed.
Oh really? I didn't realize that. Like signed into the MLB.
Yeah,
that's dope.
I did not know that at
that's
first.
Really cool.
And now,
but then it's also the possibility of a co-ed team, because one of their, I don't know if the players are co-ed or not. I think so, because they had that coach. I want to say it was the Firefighters was one of the games that I was watching. Mm-hmm. I think it was the Firefighters. And they had a female coach that was on a state or some kind of championship team. You know, and she got to go up to bat too.
Wow,
so,
that's pretty cool.
So that's what I loved about that aspect of it, is it's all inclusive as well.
Yeah.
You know, so like, to me, like everybody, you know, complains, you know, NBA, WNBA, blah, blah. It's like, you know, they're 8 foot freaking tall. Just put them on the court together.
Just make them play, yeah.
You know, just let them play. If they can dribble a ball and make baskets,
as long as they can make the points,
you know,
make the team win.
Yeah, let LeBron have a little bit of actual, you know,
the competition.
Yeah.
I hear you.
I couldn't think of that word. It just went, nope.
It's like, what is that word? Well,
so, getting back to the movies, less sports, I guess.
Yeah, sports.
Yeah. What was that rabbit hole? What in acting? What is your favorite thing that you like to do to bring something out in your character that might not be something typically taught in like acting class or something? Something that Christian brings to the table, like, oh, I fart at least once a scene just to make sure. I'm kidding, but you know what I mean. Something that's specifically you.
Interesting.
If there is.
I don't think there really is anything. You know, I just try to show up, you know, as prepared as I can, you know, do my best. But I can't really think of anything that would be just me, you know, that one helps me kind of, you know, bring anything special out of me. Or I guess I tend to be serious on set a lot. You know, I don't know if that counts.
Yeah.
Not that I don't like having fun, but I feel like that helps me kind of stay and
Keeps you professional.
yeah, stay in character, stay kind of ready for whatever the
Also
next,
not
the next
distracted.
move. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like we will definitely, attest to this. We've had you on our sets before. I've directed you myself a couple times. I joke around.
Yeah.
Especially when I know you. And if I know you, I joke around with you even more. And even if I'm the one in charge on set, I tend to get distracted.
Very easily.
And it's good
Insanely
things like
easily.
people like Christian that can kind of keep me in check backwards without having to say anything.
Forces you to lock in.
Yeah,
Like, come on,
it's
we
like
got- we got stuff to do. What
we
are we
got
doing?
a scene to make.
Dude, we're like 7 hours behind. Can we please go? It's 2 a.m.
I'm trying to go home, man.
Speaking of knowing each other a little bit and working together, what was like some of your scariest moments on set?
Scary as
I got one in mind right now.
I already know this is a loaded question.
Wow. I haven't thought of that in a while unless you bring it up because it feels like
Sorry. Sorry.
Sensitive topic.
The
So-
counseling bill is going to be sent to.
So about when was that? 5 something years ago.
It's been
I've been
it's
doing
about,
this.
been a while
Been a
now.
minute.
So I was doing this short film.
You don't have to name anything
We were-
specific if you
yeah,
don't
we were
want
shooting
to.
downtown.
Correct.
We were doing downtown. Part of my role was that my character was about to jump off a building, which we happened to do it in a
8-story parking garage.
lot
Something like
downtown.
that, yeah.
That's the one that he chose to jump off. So I had to, well, I didn't have to, but I was asked to get on the ledge of the building. Thankfully, Brandon was there, and he kind of, tried his best to secure me as much as we could with the minimal resources we had.
How was that
Budget.
back surgery afterwards? No, I'm kidding.
I'm still hurt right now.
He walks around with a cane now. all the
Yeah,
time.
it was terrifying. Honestly, at the time, it was more of a rush, and I was like, man, I'll do anything. I'm just
Right.
trying to do this. I want to act. I'm just signing on any project I see. This one sounds fun. I'm gonna get it by the at the edge of the
Momentum
building.
building.
Sure, let's do it. Why not? But looking back, even just the day after, I was like, whoa, the things that
Why
could have
did
gone
we
wrong.
do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, the things that could
Right.
have gone wrong. I was literally at the edge. I could see people looked like ants down there. The cars going by, and I was there for so long. It was definitely, yeah.
And I remember because I was on the ground that day.
Yeah, you were one of the.
I was down on the ground, and
Yeah.
there were people walking by. People were like looking up, like, "What's going on?
People were
Should
worried,
we should we
yeah.
call somebody?" And I was like, "No, it's okay. We're
We're
filming.
making a movie."
We're filming a movie. He's harnessed up with rope under his pants or
I
whatever."
remember,
It was
well,
just-
there was like 4 or 5 people like holding me back in case something were to
Yeah.
happen.
Technically, was not going to do anything. Okay,
It was
so all
basically
those
preventing you from,
all those
like-
people holding the rope were mainly for your mental benefit.
Mm.
That they weren't doing squat. It was where
was
it was
like-
tied off.
yeah,
Right.
The end all be all was not trying to pat me on the back or anything.
yeah. It was just
It was literally me. Because like I already told you, you're not going forward.
Yeah.
You're going backwards.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So
Because
that
I was not going to have it.
Yeah.
Because what a lot of people forget is it's not just a ledge that's like this tall. It was a ledge like 6 to 7
Yeah.
foot above our head. So if he would have tipped over, he would have been dangling on
Yeah.
the opposite side of the wall. We're not going to
It's not like anybody-
up there to pull him up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I, in the planning
yeah.
in that moment, I was like, you're not ever going that way.
Go back. Yeah.
You're going to come this
Which
way.
is still as
Which-
bad as it was.
Which luckily there was like a pole just off the side of him so he could go over there. The wind was not
Forgiving
our
at
fan.
all. No.
I remember being
But-
kind of pushed by the wind. Like I'll have to kind of keep myself steady because the wind was so
But in
strong.
hindsight, we can joke about it now because you're safe.
Yes, thankfully.
You are alive.
But at the same time, we bring it up, and I like to bring it up because it reminds us all to be safe and speak up for ourselves.
Right.
No matter how excited you are to be in a movie,
Absolutely.
be in a role,
Safety's number one.
safety. We need
Safety
to
first. Yeah.
do this. you know, and there's been professional films that safety's been an issue lately and things like that. But then also in hindsight, I watched the movie, and the reason he did that to get that shot, the director, the creator of this film, the shot didn't work, in my opinion.
Exactly.
It wasn't worth it. There wasn't any like rack focus. There wasn't any zoom in to show that he was up there. It was literally a dot on a building from the street view.
Yeah.
So it was literally an ant. That could have been anything. That could have been me with a pool noodle waving it around on the thing, and you wouldn't have been able to tell. So in hindsight, looking back to all the stuff that we did to put you into that,
It could have been prevented.
It wasn't necessary.
Exactly.
It was.
But hey, you got a cool story out of it.
Right.
Little bit of trauma,
Right.
potentially.
A little bit.
But
Just a little bit.
also
One of those
think
things
about
I'm
it.
trying to think about when I do it's like didn't happen.
But also think about this.
Could've
Now
been a
it's a
headline.
cool story, and it is part of your story.
It is.
When you get to cast the Christian Velez story, that person gets to actually have an actual professional stunt team to back them up on that recreation of that scene.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's
So that,
And now you get to walk on
and
set
then
and be
you
like,
get to
"That's
see
not
how
it was."
Be like, you got it lucky.
Almost like you're on a blue screen.
Well,
I
and
risked my
also,
life.
also that goes to say something about independent film too. Is we are all excited. You know, I'm not trying to defend this individual by any means, but you know, I've had some things that I've maybe been laxed on some of my sets because either budget or just out of being naive and not even thinking, oh, that's an issue.
Yeah.
You know, and just ignorance in general. Like, for example, you were in one of my very first short films, Catching Up. And I had you driving a minivan that wasn't my minivan with all the other cast and my own personal dog. There was almost a wreck.
Yeah. That's another one I forgot. Wow.
You know,
I
so
forgot
it's
about that.
it's that stuff that we don't think of until it happens.
Yeah.
So that's part of the reason I like to bring it up when I can, because then maybe our, I don't want to say luck, but our good fortune that nothing happened
Yeah.
can potentially teach our other listeners, other independent filmmakers, or even not independent filmmakers to be safe.
Please. Please.
You know, and not put our lovely actors in those kind of positions anymore, or they put themselves in them.
Put a dummy up there.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I had to. We were just on a set again. Another story, Christian.
God, this guy's going everywhere.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm just-
everywhere.
I'm just the top of the hour.
Tea. Spill that tea. I literally just had to bandage his boo-boos up
Yeah.
on another set. You know,
Yeah,
and that was an
that was
accident.
my fault.
That wasn't anybody's actual fault
True.
per se. It was just the location we were in was old, and glass fell. It happens.
It's another story.
You know, it is what it is. It's those.
I
It's
got
those
cut
things
pretty
that.
good, though.
Yeah, you did get cut pretty good. Trust me.
Yeah.
I was the one trying to keep you from bleeding. I know.
And all I saw was the photos, man. And I was like,
But-
you okay?
It was. Yeah. It was.
But it
I
was.
thought you got
It
those
was
That's
little
another one of
scarier.
those that
Right.
you think about. It's like, damn, this could have gone so.
It
much
could have
different,
went
you know?
worse.
Yeah.
Right.
So
It could have got you in the moneymaker, man.
Dude.
Yeah.
And then you would have been a completely
I
different
would not be doing
roles.
this podcast if that was.
Oh, you could. It would just be a different. You know, you'd have to go different Latino roles. Unfortunately, you know, you'd have to go into the stereotype, and that's
Yeah,
what we're trying to
do
break
that.
everybody out of around here.
Yeah.
You know, so
But yeah, thankfully everything went well.
correct. So now to get away from all the danger, you know, he does not do his own stunts. We're trying to get him out of this. We're trying to keep
the goal.
we're trying to keep Christian safe.
Although it'll be fun to do a lot of.
You know,
some of the stunts, not all of them.
right? You know, some action scenes or
Yeah,
something.
some
You know,
fighting,
Yeah.
all that
Yeah.
stuff.
you know,
Jump
he
ability.
wants to punch Pedro Pascal in the face or the helmet at least.
Not realistically, just in the movie, man. I love you.
But obviously, as a superhero, he'd be doing some punching and fighting too. So he wants to do some wire work,
Oh yeah, that would be
actual
so much fun.
professional wire work,
That would be so much fun. Yeah, yeah. Actually,
green screen,
I got somewhat of a little experience with that. but-
3 feet off the ground with
Yeah,
pads.
Yeah, absolutely. Made the green screen make all the magic, you know.
Yeah.
For
So let's get away from that. I keep just sitting in it, stewing. With your acting, do you have upcoming projects that you want to like tell the audience about, brag about or anything like that?
Yeah, I have a few, thankfully. So just, I know this is going to come out a little bit later, but, just right after this, I'm going to be doing a little test screening for The Farm, which we showed at Flatwater about a week ago. So I'll be doing that. Really excited about that. Seeing some familiar faces out there and just kind of get to experience it in a different format, bigger screen and whatnot. So that'll be exciting. Nervous Records is playing every Thursday and Saturday here
on KPOW.
At KPOW. So pretty sure it'll be done by the time this episode comes out.
Unless they do reruns.
Right.
Unless we do reruns, that's true.
Holy cow, a local filmed series already rerunning locally.
Imagine that.
Ain't
That's
that the
amazing.
dream? That's the dream, baby.
So I got that. But that's just what's, out and ready to, be shown and stuff. I do have a couple upcoming projects that I'm going to be working on. I was reached out by the gentleman, Ken White. He's a UNO screenwriter professor.
Okay.
He said that he's working on a film called Release, and his lead actor dropped out. And then the actor recommended me to replace him in the film, which was really surreal to just
That's
kind
awesome.
of just see that email pop. Pop. At first I thought it was a spam. I was like, what? What is this guy? But then the more I read to it, and the more I got in touch with Ken, it all came out, and it worked out. So we had a meeting. It's great.
Awesome.
Really excited about it. It's the screenwriter is one of his students. His name is Anthony Ochoa.
Okay.
He wrote this great script. The film is called Release at the moment, but it touches on a lot of kind of just depression and anxiety. It's about a guy. His name is Jim. I'll be playing Jim. He is dealing with the loss of a close friend, and he has a lot of kind of demons that he is working through, and there's a lot of those intense kind of themes that we're going to touch on, and I'm hope that done right can help some people kind of get that push that they need to maybe reach for help and whatnot. So I'm really excited. This is one of those things that this is, as an actor, the type of film that I have been wanting to do, just something that can actually just not something for fun, just something that I can
something to raise awareness
raise awareness, actually be able to help some people, so that's something I'm working on and I'm really excited about. We'll be working that here in a couple of weeks. I'll also be flying to Austin to shoot a little short film over there, and what else? And that's it for now.
Well, actually, I don't think it's it.
Because you got Snack Shack. Snack Shack.
Yeah, you can go watch Christian in
true.
Snack Shack.
I was so happy
Prime.
because I watched it a few times, and then I got to show him.
Oh yeah,
because he hadn't seen it before, and then I had seen it. So anytime something's happening in the movie, I'm like looking over at him, being like, "He's going, watch for him, watch for him."
Well, and it's more fun for me because it's a period piece set in Nebraska.
Yeah.
So it's set in the 90s in Nebraska. I was like 9 in the time period, technically, but I still know it. I know of that stuff. So when I'm watching it, I'm like, the set design and stuff is on point, man.
It was so
like the costumes, set design, like all the cars, everything, is amazing. My only beef with it was Christian wasn't in it more.
Yeah.
Like if you watch the movie, story wise, if you watch the movie, I think your character should have showed up at least one more time at the end.
Just talk shit to them at the snack shack.
Yeah. Come on, man. Like
just one more time.
Underutilized.
Right.
Give them the idea for the
There's definitely opportunity for a little spin-off or sequel of the Bravo brothers, trying to get the snack shack back.
Right. Like, damn, they're making bread. We need that.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, but no, it was so much fun just getting to do that, honestly, and just how it came out. The whole, them trying to get the intel from us and trying to get the snack shack. I was like, yeah, sure, it's $3,000. They go out there, I was like, no, man, you all way overpaid.
Spoilers.
Yeah,
Snack Shack sequel is called Bootleggers.
Woo! Snack Shack, it's on Amazon Prime. Go watch it.
Yes. But also our good buddy Maverick Knox has put out some interesting info that he's trying to push forward with the series Son of Ares.
Son of Ares. That's
But
right.
you're also part of that as well.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
definitely
don't know
I don't know
the
much
part that
details
he's
on
doing
yet.
if you're in that one yet, but I think
if he's willing to have me back, I'll definitely be happy to come back. But we'll see how that pans out. But that was really fun to do.
I just want to give you a quick update on F.
Oh yeah,
it is coming out.
Is it?
It's Mike is editing it right now.
Okay.
We're gonna get the footage very soon. I'm very excited. I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it? No, what is it?
I've seen.
not the edited.
I haven't seen
Okay.
any editing. We found footage on a drive recently, so we got to nitpick and look at things and be like, "Oh my god, we forgot we did that."
That's so cool. We forgot we did that.
So,
Which I'm hoping that, looking back, because like we did kind of geek out about some of the stuff, but it was more geeking out about like the BTS side of it, not necessarily the story of it, because he wanted to still be a little surprised.
yeah, like I don't want to see the finished
final
edit until like the premiere.
I don't blame you.
Right.
Yeah, that's how
I want to be very surprised.
That's how I was with the farm too. Like we had footage and the rough cut available to us months before we played at Flatwater. But I wanted to be surprised. I didn't want to see anything. I didn't want to just kind of rewatch. So I was like, I want to go in there, clear-minded and.
You don't have the same reaction as everybody else there.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it's fun because like it's been a couple years now.
Yeah.
It's we're taking our time doing this, not necessarily on purpose, but we
Stuff
are.
happens.
But at the same time, you're correct. But at the same time, we're not trying to rush it. But also, I think the time might have helped us on accident. It was a happy accident because now we get to go into it with fresh eyes, with maybe more learned experience from other projects,
Right.
to polish. I don't want to say a turd because I don't think it's that at all.
Not at all.
But at the same time, even if we had okay footage and then you deliver that to a Spielberg to edit, he's going to do some epic stuff with it.
Right.
I am not saying I am Spielberg
No.
by any means, but I am better off now than I was 2 years ago.
We've learned, so now we can make it better.
You know what I mean? So I think not rushing the edit with lackluster knowledge in our heads and our hearts on filmmaking, I think is going to help the project. It would be a little interesting as well to see some of our acting, compadres in there that it is a couple of years ago.
It is.
So even they've grown. I'm not saying that they suck at acting in this. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that they've changed their look. Or
I forgot that you were clean shaven throughout that movie.
Exactly.
That was
trying to forget about that. Yeah, no, I mean we've definitely, everybody in the cast, we've all grown since then, and we've gotten better. We've worked in other stuff, and just keep on learning, and that's the beauty of just this industry and just acting in general. You gotta keep on learning. You never stop learning. That's why I'm going back to school and just trying to kind of loosen up those muscles again, and trying to get some techniques down that I probably was not aware of, or because I didn't really go to acting school per se. I've just been doing this on my own. I did take a year of acting at UNO, but it's not like I went to acting classes, and I've just been kind of learning as I go. And each set has been a learning opportunity for me, and but it got to the point where I want to take this as far as I can, and I want to take this as serious as I can, which means I'm gonna need some extra training, some extra help to kind of get me and prepare for when that opportunity comes. I feel like I might be ready for certain things, but I might not be.
Well, now that you said that, we've had a couple people on here talk about the 402 Arts. Steve Deneen.
Heideen.
Sorry, we have another buddy named Deneen. Tim Deneen, where we filmed F.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I saw you post something. Are you doing acting class with the 402?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I started this past Monday, actually.
Nice.
I started at their the Actors Sandbox. It was like the first class with Nicole. Callahan.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I learned a lot already the first day.
I'm assuming
really
Z
nervous.
is in your class?
No, I believe
He's in
he
a different
was
class?
at some point. He might
Okay.
be in the advanced one,
Okay.
because I know she
Yep.
has like a starter one, and then you get moved on to the advanced or whatnot. So,
Gotcha.
but yeah, we had our first night. I already have homework, and we're working on us. We're working on script analysis and stuff like that. But no, this is the type of stuff I've been wanting to do. Wanting to learn. Because I've been doing somewhat script analysis on my own, and it has worked. For the most part, and all the projects that I've been doing, but I haven't necessarily been doing it the right way. There's a lot of techniques, a lot of different things that I was not aware of that I just kind of organically did, but there's more to it.
There's different processing.
Absolutely.
To it.
So, and that's what I want from all this. I want just to get those techniques down, just feel more comfortable with breaking down a script. Just kind of get a lot of that terminology down. Just learning how to tap into certain emotions, which is one of the things that we did. We had a little kind of meditating. An exercise that we did, trying to find those emotions within you, and tap into them, which is the way that as an actor you should, instead of kind of thinking about your mom, passing, or whatever, to kind of get you to that stuff. You should be able to use your own kind of emotions that you already have, and just, use
Not
it.
something fictitious, something that you actually already own.
Exactly.
To
And
bring
you've
it back
experienced,
up.
we've all experienced this in the
Right.
past. So it's a matter of just being able to go back to it and just recreate that feeling in a way and just portray it.
And do you find it hard to do that sometimes? Like if you have had an experience, like let's say, like a loved one pass away, but in the moment it may be painful and you run through those emotions. And if you've moved on from that, and if you've, I don't want to say moved on because that can be potentially
Right.
misleading because you never really move on. Is it hard to potentially bring that back up and bring it out?
I'm sure it is. I mean, I thankfully have not had any, experience on that, at least with a close family member. Thankfully I still have my parents and, close grandparents and all that. But I'm sure it would be hard, to just kind of use that. And that's why I mean, like, it's, I hate, and I've done it in the past, not necessarily with that same example, but I've done it to where, like, I would think or try to recreate some sort of, or imagine some sort of scenario that would maybe get me to that point, and that's not something I want to kind of continue doing.
Right.
That's why I want to learn as many techniques as I can to kind of
What is the
recognize-
best process for
yeah,
you
right.
to get there
Recognize those-
without
absolutely recognize those
bringing
emotions.
up the bad stuff all the time?
Absolutely,
And-
and that can definitely take a toll on you. Just like
Right.
relying on that,
Right.
just to
Well,
do it.
and there's probably a good technique out there too if you probably find it, because like I find, like we've had some different things in life that happen. I'm a little addicted with the conversation about death, because not in the concept that I want everything to die. It's in the concept of, things die, people die. Why don't we talk about it? It's part of the story. We're storytellers. Why aren't we talking about it? So I love talking about it. So like, my grandparents, my father-in-law at the beginning of last year, his little brother back in 2010 when he was a baby, I bring it up because I think it's therapeutic to bring it up
That's true.
for myself. But could that be a possible process if you do need to tap into something? Because like you said, you don't have it necessarily a lot of those moments yet. We're human. It'll happen, unfortunately. Do you think there might be a process that you could learn that, like you were saying, you want to have multiple ways of getting there, but at the same time, maybe a process of dealing with bringing it back up to where, the view of, okay, I need to think of this person dead to cry. That's the worst case scenario that we're thinking, pet, whatever. You know, like I know that you love your dog. You know, so
She's the best.
but
Shout out Luna.
exactly, which is also an F.
Yay!
Yeah.
Her name is Bella, but yeah.
Bella.
Luna.
God.
Yeah.
It was
I-
Luna
in
was
that.
in the movie.
In the movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
I knew it was
But-
wrong. I just didn't want to
Yeah.
ask.
But basically, I think there might be something there. And is there a way that maybe you could talk to Nicole and ask her? You know, is there a way
sure,
of
yeah.
doing all this in a process to where, you know, it's not just bringing it up just to bring it up for
It's
performance,
just gotta be like a healthy way of doing it.
but also
right?
bringing it up
Yeah.
to where, okay, I'm bringing it up for a performance, but I could also revisit this personally and it not take a negative effect.
Yeah.
It could be a positive effect. It's my way of showing and sharing them
Right.
with the audience, not just
True.
myself, you know?
Yeah, there's definitely
So-
gotta be ways, you know, and that's why I'm trying to get back into training and just kind of find those and see what works best, you know. And but I try to, and I want to kind of try to keep my life separate from what I do, which
Mhm.
is why, you know, I trying to get away from necessarily doing that.
Sorry, I'm bringing up all your personal shit
No,
then.
but that's, you know, that's one of the things that, you know, why I want to get back into training and just kind of getting all that stuff, is I want to be able to just, you know, go do my thing, do whatever I need to do to get to that headspace and get the best performance I can, but not without mixing, you know,
Right.
the
So I think we got in a really weird rut right there, a very serious patch. So
Yeah.
I think that we need to veer off far right and get to the kids' table with Landon.
Oh, okay.
You
I
didn't
know we
see
were
that
doing-
coming?
I forgot that was.
the kids table. What you
The
got?
kids' table.
This is a very like unserious segment. I just ask you childish questions that like a little toddler would ask. You know, get the people to know a little bit more about Christian the person
Okay.
instead of Christian the actor.
All right.
Like, I ask everybody this question because
What's your social security number? No, I'm kidding.
Whoa, that's the government's table.
I know. Right.
Favorite dinosaur? What's your
Favorite dinosaur?
Yeah, what's your favorite dinosaur?
Interesting. I'll go with, I don't know, Triceratops.
God, my man.
Yeah. Is that yours?
That's my favorite
Yeah,
one
yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And then, top 3 animals that you could beat in a hypothetical fist fight, or that you believe you could beat. And this includes animals alive now, prehistoric animals, fictitious animals.
Interesting.
Because I get dramatic with it. Some people say like rodents and bugs. Dude, I'm beating a bear. I don't care.
Okay. Very hypothetical, because I don't, you know, it would be fun to definitely fight a bear.
Oh, yeah.
I would not win. Let's go with a lion
Okay.
and a shark. Those would be my top 3.
Lion and a shark.
Lion and a shark. So bear, lion, and shark.
Bear, lion, shark.
Yeah.
All right. I do empathize with the shark one though.
I
'Cause
feel like
honestly-
shark is my spirit animal.
Yeah, like-
so.
Get it out of water, and I got that.
and just
Like-
grabbing the tail.
Yeah.
Get it out.
Well, also, you are a shark for the longest time. If you ever stopped talking at one point
I
in
was.
your life, you would
Yeah.
have
I was very.
keeled over dead.
I would have. Yeah. I was like that at one point. Now, 2 underrated colors.
2 underrated colors.
Yeah.
Interesting. Brown. And maybe teal.
Teal. I support that one.
Oh.
I got a couple more for you. Top 3 albums of all time.
I'm horrible with music, so that's the worst question for me.
Horrible, like you're picky, or
No, like I just don't. I'm not that good at music. Like I don't listen to albums. I don't.
Okay,
Listen,
go-to
you know.
artist.
the top 3
Go
artists.
to
Then.
artists.
Top 3 artists.
It's a little
then.
it's easier. Okay, Bad Bunny, number 1 for me.
Okay.
That's my guy, Bad Bunny. I've been listening to a lot of Connor Price. I don't know if you guys are aware of him. He's kind of like an up and coming rapper. It's really, really good.
He's
good
also
stuff.
an actor.
He's also an actor.
That's true.
Yes, he's really dope. And would be a third. I can think of a. Yeah, nothing really comes to mind for a third. Like I said, I'm really bad when it comes to. I just listen to whatever.
That's fair.
So yeah, those would be the first two that come to my head.
Yeah. And then one more kids table question. This is gonna get a little deeper. What's a hot take that you have about the independent filmmaking community?
A hot take?
Yeah.
Interesting. What hot take? Like, what do you mean? Hot take? Like
Something that you think that most people would like disagree with or say like, oh, it's a little out of the ordinary. Like, what's like an opinion that you have that not everybody else would agree with?
Or something less spoken out loud.
Yeah.
You know.
I feel like
Brandon's an asshole.
We already know that.
That's
one.
a cold take though.
that's let's see. I feel like there's gotta, like, I don't know, this could be controversial and whatnot, but I feel like now with the industry somewhat kind of coming with the bills and whatnot that were approved, I wish there was more people kind of that were going after it, maybe as hard as some people are. You know, I'm not saying that, you know, I am working harder than anybody. I'm not really saying that, but I'm saying that, you know, I wish there was more people kind of working here and just trying to
everybody working together with the same drive, almost
working together with the same drive, like kind of being on the same page, because we all want to get, you know, at the same, you know, be in the same level, you know, be there together. So kind of more of a, instead of like a kind of like be more collaborative, I guess, than kind
communicate.
You know, communicative. You know, not kind of be who's better than who or whatever type mentality. So
like how there's kind of like certain cliques.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody
how
needs
there's
to
like
come
certain
together.
groups, which is like that with everywhere.
Yeah,
you know, it's
that's
not
true.
just here.
Right.
That's how the indie community is. But I just wish in a perfect world, you know, we were all kind of building each other out.
Even the non-indie community is that way too.
Absolutely.
So,
you know,
so really, we're already on par.
So just, I guess, just everybody just to work more together and just kind of push ourselves more into kind of, you know, reaching where it is that we want to be, and you know.
So I think that's a good spot to start wrapping it up here. Is there anything that you would like to tell the audience, you know, to rep, to get a hold of you, or anything that you want out there in the zeitgeist, like, hey, go check this movie out, or anything like that?
Watch Snack Shack if you haven't yet. It's on Amazon Prime. Let's see. That's mainly the main thing available right now that I can't really direct people to.
Go watch The Farm if it's out by the time this is out.
Yeah, if it's out by the time this comes out. But no, for sure, just follow me on social media. You know, Christian J. Velez official on Instagram, and you know, that'll lead you to my Facebook and all that. But yeah, let's just keep it going and
check them
see
out
where we go from
in
here.
some future Star Wars project.
There you go. Oh, Marvel. I don't know.
Or
Whatever
Marvel, or
happens.
DC,
Or
who
DC,
knows?
maybe.
Or a
James Gunn
Marvel
comes back.
Star Wars crossover.
Or he's everywhere. He'll just be in everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The Christian Velez
Universe.
He's, instead of a lightsaber, it's a baseball
The
bat.
CVU.
I see that. The CVU. Oh, man.
All right. Thank you, Christian, for joining us and being part of the show.
Thanks, man.
That has been the Filmmakers Hangout Podcast.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you
guys.
for having me.
Have a good one.
Adioses.